Halle Bailey has got a restraining order against her ex, DDG. She alleges he was repeatedly violent with her and made her fear for herself and their 1-year-old son, and that there had been multiple acts of physical violence from DDG.
And when he got to cussing her out in the car after they was having a heated conversation about getting a goddamn set schedule. While they got into the tussle, DDG grabs her hair, slams her head into the steering wheel, and chips her teeth. And she is in so much pain that she can't even fight back now, and she just have to take it. People asking, how did she stay in the passenger seat? How did she get in the passenger seat? Why did she ride all the way over there to his people?
DDG's little gimmick is up because Halle has decided to stop letting him control the narrative. And guess what? Rubi Rose saw this coming from a mile away. So, DDG has been exposed for being a man who puts his hands on women, including the mother of his child. It's so bad that the court looked at all the evidence and decided to grant Halle a restraining order and sole custody of their baby, Halo. But here's the thing, Halle is not the first woman DDG put his hands on. Remember when Rubi Rose exposed him for doing the same thing? Rubi was the first to call DDG out for his pattern of DVing women, but nobody listened to her, including Halle. Everyone tried to paint her as a bitter ex, and Halle called. But now that it's all playing out, Halle has decided to put a stop to it once and for all and protect herself and her baby from DDG. Halle laid it all out in her court filing against DDG, and she made it clear that this man has been making her life difficult and wants him out of it for good. She said, "Throughout our relationship, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbally, emotionally, and financially towards me. I am seeking an order to protect myself and our son Halo from his ongoing." According to her, DDG's terrible behavior towards her started way before their son Halo was born. He used to put his hands on her, call her the B word, and say she was evil, and all the disrespect and mistreatment eventually ended their relationship. Apparently, not only has DDG been acting this way with her, but he has also completely refused to cooperate with her on anything related to their son. He never wants to agree on a custody schedule, and things have gotten to a point where she only communicates with him through his mama. The final straw for Halle was when DDG viciously attacked her while she was trying to strap their son into his car after DDG called last minute, demanding to see Halo. He called her the B word and yelled at her in front of their son, which made the poor baby start crying. She said, "The next thing I knew, things got physical between us. We fought each other, wrestling and tussling. At one point, Daryl was pulling my hair. He then slammed my face on the steering wheel, causing my tooth to get chipped. I then stopped fighting back as I was in a lot of pain." And for those who are still doubting, she attached photos of her chipped tooth and the bruises DDG left on her body, and they were disturbing to say the least. But that's not all. While DDG was online wailing about how Halle didn't allow him to see their kid, it turns out he was the one making things difficult for everyone. According to Halle, DDG never stuck with their scheduled custody arrangement. He would demand to see Halo whenever he felt like it, which doesn't work for anyone because Halle is a professional conga and actress, so she often has to travel internationally for work. So they need a schedule. Even when she tries to get him to spend time with Halo, he turns it down just so he can come online and play victim. She attached screenshots of her arranging a meeting time for DDG through his mum, but he refused to show up. In the messages, Halle said, "Hi, just wanted to keep you in the loop. We will be back on the 11th now. Haven't heard about Moo getting Halo later this week as we lightly talked about before. If he will be in town, would you like to get him the 27th and return him the 4th? Otherwise, I can keep him until we're back, but just wanted to let you know we'll be back the 11th. DDG's mum responded, "Okay, and I will double check with him and let you know." However, she didn't reach back to Halle until 2 days later when she said, "Hi, forgot to text you. He said that he will wait until you get back to get him." DDG later went to her house and got into a nasty altercation with her. When he noticed that the Ring doorbell was recording the entire time, he smashed it and smashed her phone when she tried to call for help. Another time, he broke into her house when she wasn't home, took a photo of her bed and sent it to her saying, "Now, I know what you've been on," implying that she had been sleeping around. Halle said this made her feel unsafe as he didn't have a key to her house and she didn't know how he got in or if he would do it again when she was around. Speaking of which, DDG is always online telling his fans what a horrible person Halle is and how she has been sleeping around with other men even though they're not together anymore. DDG's comments gave his streamer friend and fellow weirdo DJ Academics the nerve to imply that Halle had snatched Halo up and jetted off on a vacation with singer Brent Faiyaz. DDG believed this hook, line and sinker. He messaged Halle on this foul bet. You think you're hurting my feelings when you're really just ruining your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. The whole time, Halle wasn't even with Brent Faiyaz. Not that it would be his business anyway, because he's always posting pictures of himself laid up with all sorts of women. Halle was in St. Lucia with her sister and her baby, having a little peaceful time. But DDG didn't bother doing his homework. He just rushed online and started painting Halle as this evil villain. Of course, his trifling fans ate it up and started Halle online, calling her all sorts of names. When it became too much for her, she sent him this emotional message where she said, "Daryl, are you not tired of me? You make up a new lie on me every day. I'm in St. Lucia having fun with Shermay and Chloe. Not with any man out here, I wouldn't do that. I told your mum I was going to be with my sister last week. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." Okay? Did you all notice how Halle has never said a bad word against DDG in public while he has all the smoke for her? Even in this text, where she's complaining about him her, she still kept it respectful because this is the father of her child. On the other hand, DDG encourages his fans to throw insults at Halle, and he's always kikiing with people who call her names. And it's not just DDG, his entire family is in on it too. In the court documents, Halle talked about how she showed up at DDG's family house after he put his hands on her. She was crying and in a bad shape, asking for her baby, and they told her to leave Halo and go home. And honestly, it's not hard to see where DDG gets it from, because shortly after all this went down, his mother Tonya went online and basically called Halle a liar. She said, "I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies and hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I have been quiet too long." And then you have his brother and his sister talking smack about Halle and trying to paint her as the villain.
Why you be letting Aries talk crazy to TT? Cause that knock her ass. Fuck, I'm supposed to do. That's what she allowed. If she allow it, I gotta allow it.
What do I talk crazy to?
I don't know, but like, on some real shit, George. TT and Aries get to argue to here. What are you gonna do?
Shit.
Right, cause y'all not gonna break up.
Stay shit and I'm not. Hell no. Ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
Hey,
Like, up, it's time to go.
that's what I'm gonna say to you. I'm gonna act like I don't even hear them. He gets to be talking to me everything. So I don't know, dude.
Pokemon.
Dejan! You don't hear him talking to me? I'm gonna be talking to my mama like.
I can't say everything because everything that I say can be used against anything because now it's illegal action. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get why I have to sit there and explain to y'all. And it's like, it's common sense. It's literally common sense. If I want to repost some shit on the internet, then I'm going to do that. If y'all want to repost some shit on the internet, then y'all can do that. I don't understand why y'all. I think y'all. Some people in the world think that content creators are robots, and that they don't have a mind, and they don't have. They just. If y'all think we just listen to y'all and we move the way y'all want us to move, that's exactly how y'all think in my brain. That's not how life works. I'm a human being, and so is my brother. So it's not, y'all don't know everything, and I'm not gonna tell y'all everything. I'm not gonna give y'all what y'all want. I'm sorry.
Now, a lot of people have noticed that this situation with Halle is all too similar to DDG's situation with Rubi Rose. The online trolling, the attacks, down to DDG's violence towards women. Back in 2021, Rubi posted photos of her bruises from DDG putting his hands on her, but nobody took her seriously because of her OF career, which DDG pushed her into, by the way. Rubi also shared screenshots of text messages between them, where DDG to destroy her career if she exposed him. In the messages, she said, "I get you mad, but I'm telling you, Ruby, I'm not Lala. I'ma F your whole career up. Don't do it to yourself. I got love for you. I really don't want to do you bold online. I'm telling you, it's gonna be bad, Ruby. Don't do it." Ruby responded, "It's already bad. And you threatening to end my career if I tell people how you hit on me. More things to show on my live, thank you." DDG then said, "If you go live, bro, just know you really lost me. Have a blast. You gon' lose all respect and anybody I F with or you F with. Just think before you do is all I'ma say." She then sent him a picture of her bruised arm, which he caused, and put him on blast for being with her, even after she told him that the person she was with before him used to be with her. "I told you how a man did me, and you do the same and make fun of me while doing it. The same ish he did, telling me no ninja will ever love me. I'm a whore, all the same ish. You haven't been feeling love lately and you need another girl to talk to? Bet I won't speak on you at all. Respect me and don't speak on me." Even when DDG started dating Halle, he still didn't leave Ruby alone and was all up in her DMs being messy. Ruby tried to warn Halle at the time, but Halle saw it as Ruby trying to destroy her relationship. She even threw shade at Ruby on Twitter saying, "The devil working, please don't feed into the lies, especially from a third party." Of course, DDG played into it saying, "She's weird and been trying to get back with me ever since I moved on. Hence, she ain't got another man since." It's crazy when you think about it now, because at this point in their relationship, DDG was probably already putting his hands on Halle, and she still covered for him and made Ruby out to be the villain. Either way, she's putting a stop to all of it now. So good for her. Meanwhile, people have been dropping their thoughts on the whole drama. One person said, Rubi Rose said that she used to post about the she experienced from DDG on her close friends, which included Halle, and Halle still chose to date him. Let this be a reminder to women. If he did it to someone else, he can do it to you too. Another person said, "No shade, but I remember when they both lied to cover for DDG when Rubi Rose exposed him twice, cheated on Ruby with Halle, and also he Ruby. They called her a liar. Then she tried to cheat on Halle with Ruby. They then called her jealous and a liar." But what are your thoughts on this drama? Let us know in the comments below and stick around for this next messy video.